Hello. In this video, we are going to discuss about inventory management. There will be multiple videos. So in the first part, we are going to concentrate the master section. This video is basically created to everyone to understand what is inventory, where is being used, and how it works. But we are focused mainly for the IT professionals and also for the people who wants to come in the supply chain field where the inventory plays important role. So we will be talking things which will help to understand and design the inventory management. So as we live in the Google era, so whenever you want to learn anything, you want to know anything, simply what we do, we just go and type that keyword into Google. So if you go and type inventory management, the Google gives a very a descriptive definition with the graphics, like inventory management refers to the process of ordering, storing and using a company inventory. This includes the management of a raw materials component and finished products, always as the warehouse and processing such item, and many more words you can add. Now this is a very highly loaded definition, which if you are a professional experience, then you can understand all, like ordering and you can say storing these kind of the words. Otherwise it's not easy to understand, like in a normal process. So to do this, I have created some basic examples so we can correlate the inventory in our life. The first thing what I want to convey, like almost every one of us has done inventory our life, is no matter which kind of job you are doing. It does not matter you are a doctor, you are an engineer, or you are a police officer, or whatever you are, but somewhere you are doing some kind of inventory in your life. Now take example, the classic example will be the everyday when the kids plans to go to school, parents checks. I'm talking about the smaller kids, number of available books, pencils, pens, notebooks in bag. So when you are checking this, indirectly you are doing inventory. Like inventory is the process where you assume there are things should be there, and then you go and count it. The only difference between the shop inventory and the school bag inventory, here the kids does not writes item, or parents does not write in a notebook like how many books and other items are available in the bag. But in compare, because the item counts are less, but if you go to the shop, you have 100 items. So that's why there is a register there where item name and quantity and unit and the stock in hand is written. We take this register and then go and do the counting, which is called one of the major function of inventory, and that paper called inventory register. Now take another example, like before going to monthly household purchase, everyone goes and do the grocery purchase and all, cleaning and other stuff. What we do before going to the supermarket, we go and check all the stuff which we have. So what we are checking, we are checking like, okay, we need five pair of you can say uh, cleaning soaps, and we check how many we have. So basically we have a pre-notion quantity in our mind, and then we are checking what is available. Now what is this? This is also a kind of inventory we are doing. That's why I mentioned in the beginning, like every one of us is doing some kind of inventory, but when you ask people, they will say, oh, I'm not an inventory professional, I'm not a supply chain professional, so I don't have any idea. Now if you see the difference is same as earlier example. When we do the inventory in shop warehouse, we have a total quantity count available on the paper, which is called inventory register, and we check physical count against the inventory counts which we have. Now to summarize, inventory is the process which help to track following the purchase means receive and the issue, and minus balance called inventory, like what you have brought in, what you have used. If you plus and minus, the balance will be your inventory stock. Now we get overall understanding, like whenever somebody is talking about inventory means he's talking about something to count, and something to count means something to count against some predefined quantities. So the best way to example is to, let's take a shop as example, as we have created here. Like there is a electrical shop which sells bulb and all the electrical appliances. Now if we have to design system for this shop which is running in manual process, how we can understand the business process? Like I'm a IT developer, I know how to code, I know the database, I know programming language, but I have never worked in a shop. So there is a problem here. The shop owner, he knows the business, he wants things to be better and computerized application he wants to use. And I'm IT developer. I I know my business, which is the coding, but I don't know the business. Now how he can translate and how I will take it? Now generally what happen, whatever is happening, we just replicate into IT system. That's why the 90% people does not take the benefit which really IT can give. And the reason is there is a gap. So let's understand the business process in such a way so we can come up with the system which can do the all the business transaction which is happening in the manual process, and then create lot of add-on benefits and user friendly functions which can help to manage business. And also people get a time to do some other things also, like working hard is not always a good practice, we have to work smart. So let's take example how Elka is managing the business in a manual process, how existing process should get mapped in new system. Consultant need to sit with the management to understand the existing process problems and what they are looking for the new system. But here, what I have learned in my 20 years career for IT and different functions which I have worked, I want to give my uh, feedback and as a caution, like consultant always should always remember every business is running. Like the first time when there is no computer system, they were running with the manual process, and they can run in future also. So don't start your thinking with the pre mindset like everything is wrong and you need to correct all business process. In this way what happened, the implementation become very tough, you created a sleeping enemy. Generally, the top management will bring you to automate all the process, and then you start talking people like everything is wrong. Then basically indirectly you are telling them they are doing everything wrong. So you created a sleeping enemy. Now it will be very hard for you to implement. So the best thing is we should praise people for whatever they have done without system, and we have to learn from their experience and make the system user friendly and better working environment. Now the whole idea is to understand the alka, the complete business philosophy and how they work. Like if you go and start talking to individual, everybody will give you a different picture. So the most smartest way is to create some kind of question which can let you understand how the business is running, and which kind of control, checks and flow need to be defined. So what I created a series of question which we will go one by one, and which will give us almost every aspects of the inventory which we need to take care when we are designing the system. Now I will just read out the question, and then on each slides we have definition on this. Like selling off the shelf or customize or both item. Like I'm asking, like the shop is selling the ready items, like take example bulb, or you can say fans, like these are the ready item. But if you go and take electrical panel, which is a customized item, so my first question is, if the shop is selling the ready-made item, or is a customized item, or both kind of item. So this is the flag which, when material is getting created, we will have a category telling the system like this item is a ready stock item, this item is a customized item, something. So the stock will be immediately get divided, like there is a like ready-made items, and there is a customized item. Now item names are duplicate or unique. Now how the material is going to be identified, like which is going to be compulsory field. When I say compulsory field means like the unique item. So I'm trying to know here, is your all items are unique, or it can be a duplicate also. Like take example, if you are selling a TV, is you have only one line item in the TV, or you have Samsung TV, you have LG TV, like is the TVs is going to be repeated with the unique name or the single name. The third question we have is, the shop has any kind of material coding, like presently in a manual business, how you pick the material when you are going to sell, you just took from the name, or you say okay get me 1001. So is there a established material coding is there or not? Is items being sold in the multi-unit, like whenever you have a unit. What is unit? Unit is the basically is the identification, like how to count the item and how to measure the item. Like take example, if the bulb unit is set, then can the bulb will be sold in a pieces? If is yes, it means the item has a multi-unit mechanism. Like I can maintain my stock in a set, but when I'm going, I can sell into pieces. But we have to define in a setup like how many are going to available in one set. Then another question is, a shop is maintaining min or max for a stock item. Is the shop is using bin location? Is shop has a multi warehouse location? Is the shop sell only the new item or the second hand or both kind of item? Is the shop items are available in different sizes or color? Is the items can be refunded? Is items are being sold need training? Is items are stackable? Is the shop offer delivery at home? Its item need a special place to store. Now these, when you answer the question, answer the question for these questions, you will get a broader idea how this shop inventory need to be designed. Now let's go one by one. The first, like let's evaluate each question and understand how this question helps in understanding the business practice. Like selling off the shelf or customize a both item. Above question helps to understand the nature of item being sold at shop. One field should have in a master called material category, which the lookup box will be there. It's a ready stock or customized stock. If item is categorized as a customized item, we should have a BOM, bill of material. Take example, if I create an electrical panel and category is customized, Then we must have a bill of material, like how many items I need to prepare this item. So we need to have a separate table for BOM to link with the material master. This field will help us to segregate inventory into group, ready stock and customize item. The second question is, the item are duplicate or unique? Above question help us to understand either each item should be unique or not. If the name is unique, then the item field should be a primary key in the table and item name should not be repeated. Selling one brand item or multi-brand item, I think this question was not there, so let's answer is here. Answer this. Above question help to decide to make brand field as a entry field or lookup field. Lookup field means the user will enter the brand in separate table and list will appear in the metal master to select. In case of entry field, user will type. The best practice is to have a lookup field so it can generate the report. What I'm trying to say, like when you say multi-brand item, then we can have a list box where I can write Sony, LG, Samsung, and you name it, all the brand. And when you are creating the item, you can select the list metal category from a metal brand from the list. Is the item being sold in multi-unit, which I have explained in the in the earlier video, in the earlier page basically. Is the item has a shelf life such as expiry? Above question is very critical. If the material has a shelf life, then the stock will be managed in a batch number wise. Example, if the metal is orange juice and has a shelf life 3 months, then the below beta will let us understand. Like whenever you have a shelf life and you receive the material, then it has expiry date. So like in the example I'm giving, I have received 3 batches of orange juice with the different dates and expiries 3 months. So if a stock taking date is 15 4 2020, then the batch 1001 is already expired. Means I have purchased on the 5th of January, okay, and the production date was first and the expiry was 31st of March, 100 pack, and nothing has been sold. And if I'm taking a stock on 15th of April, then this item cannot be taken into a stock because it's already expired. So the shelf life is very critical information in inventory setup. But this is always used in in a pharmacy and the food, in the food sector. A shop item has a max min or max stock. Now if yes, then above question help to decide and understand how the most common items quantity is being managed. In system we can maintain min and max quantity. So what we are trying to do here basically, the min quantity helps to generate the list which item need to purchase, as shop need to have a minimum quantity always in stock. The system can automatically generate order if the item are being set to purchase from defined vendor. Means suppose if you have electrical shop and you have decided like you must have always 100 pieces of bulb, Philips bulb. So basically 100 you are defining a minimum quantity. So once the minimum quantity is set and you have written a business logic, like once his 100 is reached, it can generate the order to the selected vendor which is supplying the Philips bulbs. Or at least it can show you the message, generate the report, so on. So example is the same thing which I have given. The same thing comes for the max quantity. The max quantity is basically to manage overstocking. Like you should not purchase more than your defined stock. Like take example for the Philips bulb, you don't want to keep more than 500 pieces bulb in your shop. So by mistake if somebody is making purchase order, then the system will alert, no you can't because there is a maximum quantity limit you are crossing. So the min and max also plays very important role when you are doing a set of inventory. Is shop bin location for the items? Yes and no. So basically what we are asking here is, the shop has a bin defined? Now first of all, understand what is bin. Bin is a small place or box or any kind of place where you are putting a one material and then you are giving identification to the box. As you can see in the picture, these are the bins which has the identification. Now bin, why bin is important? When example, if you have a supermarket and somebody is coming on the customer care and asking where I can find hammer, so how he is going to find this through the system? If the system has a bin location defined, then you go and search for the hammer, it will tell you it's F01. Like go to the F section and then the 01 bin will give you. So the bin is also very much important field, and it makes the whole shop run through the system rather than any individual knows where the items are being kept. The other question is the item are stackable? Stackable means, if you have an item, can I put any other item on top of this? Like take example, a TV. A TV, the open box TV is not a stackable item. Like you cannot put another TV on when the TV is outside the box. But if the TV is packed in a proper packing, you can put the TV on this, but you cannot put any heavy item. So simply we can say it's not a stackable item. A stackable, yes, you can put the TVs, but you cannot put any heavy object on this. So in the system, in the master, we can define like these items are stackable or these items are not stackable. Now the new field is a multi-location warehouse. Now multi-location warehouse is when you define inventory. Like take example, if you have a multiple place where you are keeping the stock. Like once you have a showroom, and then you have a warehouse, and then you have a 3PL third party warehouse where you are keeping some stock. So basically what happened, you have a stock in three places. Now, when somebody is asking the material in the showroom and if it's not available, then you have a multi location, so you can still log into other places, or in the same inventory search, you can pull the stock level from other location. So from the day one, we need to decide, like if we have a multiple location, then the system setup needs to be defined accordingly. Is the shop sells only new item or second hand item? It's the same control field where I need to have reports like which item is ready, off the shelf, ready to sell item, and are we are selling the second hand item, because the inventory need to be segregated. Like the new item inventory will be separate and the second item inventory will be separate. If the shop items are available in a different color and sizes, like take example TV, like TV is one item, but the same item can be available in the different color and sizes. So how you are going to maintain? You are going to maintain all the colors into one line item, or you are going to create a separate line items for according to the color and sizes which I have given in the example. Is the item can be refunded? Like if you have 100 items, but there are certain item which you have flagged like this item can be refunded, means a user can purchase, but within 15 days depending on the policy, he or she can come and return. Now this is a very important field, and it can help to generate a lot of meaningful report. Like take example, if you sell, as I have defined in the example, like if you sell 100 ceiling fans in from 1st January to 15th, and you have a refund policy for 15 days. Like on the first of you sold 100, so on 15 until 15th there is a chances like they you customer can come and return. But after 15th, this sales will be treated, the sales cannot be refunded. So it can also help to estimate, like, if there is a refund request can come, what will be the quantity of refund, and what quantity is being sold, which cannot, which is the confirmed sold quantity. Is the item are being sold need training, like this is an additional field which can help lot of time to the companies. Like when you are creating a item, like take example, if you have a generator, okay, then generator need a training how to use it. So when you create a generator in an inventory master and you have a field called is training is required and you click yes, then you can have a additional field like how the training need to be done, and also which staff is trained, so everything can be attached with the system. Like suppose if you don't ask this question, the user will never tell you. But when you make a system, the system will be replica of manual. But if you add this will create a gold mine data. Like suppose I'll create a generator training is required, then I can attach in the system training videos, training manuals. So next time, if some expert is not there, still I can send a user a video which can help them to manage. So these kind of question help basically a consultant also, and also to the company to use the IT implementation and then get the best benefit.